For me, one thing that stands out from 2011 to 2015 is how Rohit Sharma, the 2007 T20 World Cup winner, missed out on the 2011 World Cup berth, came back as an opener, winning a Champions Trophy in 2013, and has been an opener and is going to lead us in the 2023 World Cup now.
India lift the World Cup after 28 years. The party starts in the dressing room.
Hello and welcome again on Kutti Stories with Ash, brought to you by BKT Tires. I'm joined again by none other than Harsha Bhogle. Harsha Bhogle, thank you so much for doing this. We are at the business end here.
Yes.
Business end again, as I say. The baton has passed on from Sachin Tendulkar to Virat Kohli. Could we have ever found a better successor than Virat?
As it turns out, no. But we were not to know at the time. To me, the greatness of Virat Kohli from 2012 to 2014, when he announced himself in Australia, and by 2014 in Australia, we had all started to fall in love with him. I think the transition happened, to my mind, in one game against Sri Lanka in Australia in that tri-series. Hobart, when for the first time, Malinga was taken down by Virat Kohli. He made 133. India needed to make 320 to win. And he said afterwards...
In 40 overs.
In 40 to get the bonus point. We actually won in 37 point something.
Yes.
And when I asked him afterwards, he said, we were not chasing 40 overs at all. We were playing I was playing two T20 games back to back. And I mean, we made 160 in the first game, 160 in the second game. And I thought, this kid thinks differently. It reminded me of how Tendulkar thought about games. Always think from a position, how can I win this game from whatever position I'm in?
Break it down as little as possible.
Break it down into as controllable things as possible, but never look upon a target as unattainable. It's 320, oh my God, 320 in 40 overs? Hang on, we make 160 every day.
That brings me back, Harsha.
Yeah.
1975, 330 of 60 overs. We didn't even try to get there.
No.
We just prodded along, meandered along, and here we are, 2011 World Cup winners, 2012. We knocked down 320 in 40 overs, less than 40 overs.
Self-belief.
How far have we come?
Yeah, self-belief as a
Not
as
a
country.
cricketing nation, as a country.
As a country completely. I remember going on my first trip, wide-eyed, overawed. I was just writing for one newspaper in England in 1990 and thinking, wow, there's Christopher Martin Jenkins. Oh, there's Henry Blofeld going. Will they look at me? And this feeling of awe that today's youngster need not have. We had to spend some time making that journey. When a Virat Kohli came in, walking on the footsteps that a Sehwag and a Yuvraj, and I don't mention Zahir and the others because Sehwag, Yuvraj, similar cultural backgrounds, similar from the north, walking in their footsteps that were ready-made for him, and then he took his character up. I thought he was fantastic. I thought 2015 was a very interesting World Cup in that I thought India did everything that they could do, but I don't know whether there was the ammunition to go to the
Why do you say
final
that?
to beat
Because of the
Australia.
transition? Like you'd lost players like Sehwag,
Yes, Tendulkar.
Sachin, Gautam,
Yes.
Zach. I mean, we lost almost the entire squad.
And actually, if you look back, Umesh Yadav bowled very well in that 2015 World Cup.
So did Shami.
Mohammad Shami bowled
Mohit
very
Sharma.
well.
Mohit
Sharma bowled beautiful. To me, the one overriding memory of 2015 World Cup is Shami and Umesh Yadav bouncing the daylight out of the West Indies batters. And I said, come what may, the world goes round.
At Perth.
Come what may, the world goes round. The West Indies did that to everybody else. And here are Indian fast bowlers bouncing the West Indies batters and making them squirm. I mean, I love West Indies, but to me to see that was a sign that this too can happen.
Here you go, the payback moment.
That this too can happen. This too can happen. I mean, you never hated the West Indies.
Oh, they're lovely guys.
But this too can happen.
For me, one thing that stands out from 2011 to 2015 is how Rohit Sharma, the 2007 T20 World Cup winner, missed out on the 2011 World Cup berth and felt about it with Yuvraj Singh, who convinced him and motivated him to go back to the ground and practice. Came back as an opener, winning a Champions Trophy in 2013, and has been an opener and is going to lead us in the 2023 World Cup now.
Now, he played how many games before he became an opener? He played quite a few games before he became
I think
an
it would
opener.
have been 70, 80 games.
There's one other batter who also played 80 games,
Sachin Ramesh Tendulkar.
then became an opener, and his life changed after that. And suddenly you see Rohit Sharma as an opener. I remember when I first saw him as an opener. There was a warm-up game.
So there was a warm-up game.
And
What happened was Murali Vijay was the designated opener.
Yes.
he batted in the games, didn't make runs, and Dinesh Karthik walked in at number 5 and made 200s
Yes.
in both the games. And they didn't know what to do. So I
So
think
Rohit goes up to open.
so MS called Rohit and said, "Opening khelega kya?"
Ah.
And Rohit says, "Huh?" And
I mean, this is like telling a lover of great wine, will you have a classic Shiraz? Of course I will.
course I will.
Why would I not open the batting? But what I loved was the combination that Shikhar Dhawan and Rohit Sharma put together. And sometimes when you talk about the great partnerships in our history, I wonder whether it's a little too recent for us to place it in history. But Shikhar Dhawan in ICC tournaments was a very, very special player. But that combination of Rohit and Shikhar
Rohit
that
got
came
500s
together,
in 2019, Harsha.
Yeah,
That's
brilliant.
going to be etched in history forever. I don't
Has
think
to
that's
be.
changing. Yeah.
It just has to be. And here's a player who, when he's batting, you just think he's having a party. If I saw Rohit Sharma bat in his peak, batting beautifully, he gives you the impression you too can bat there because he makes the game appear easy because of the way he's playing. But also more than anything else, I grew up in an era when people were told that you can bounce India.
Oof.
And people did bounce India. And here was someone, you bounce him and he's saying, give me one more, I'm waiting for you to bounce me, and never try to keep it down.
And he continues. That's a
What
shot.
a player of the pull shot.
Unbelievable. He hooks and pulls really well and hits it everywhere, starting from mid-on to fine leg.
So when we were growing up, we were always told, if you can pull in front of square,
You're a big
then you're a quality player. Because if you're pulling behind square, the ball is a little too quick for you. So if you're pulling in front of square, that means you're ready and waiting for it. And when I saw Rohit pulling in front of square, I thought, wow, man, I wish I'd seen more of that in my childhood.
You said we as a team. I was a part of the team. So
Yeah.
that Indian team didn't look like they were going to get past Australia. That's
Yes.
what we started with. 330 at Sydney, 2015. We were 12 over 78 for none when Shikhar Dhawan stepped out to Hazelwood and got caught at sweeper cover. Chase it down, 2016-17. Manish Pandey with 100. We chased a similar score down.
Yes.
I think the team had the capacity in the tank. It was just
Yes.
not our day. Maybe the experience
be.
of 2 years lesser. MS always said, if you know that player is good, give them 1 or 2 more years. They will be champion players. And I think it was probably just 1 or 2 years short at
Okay,
that
that's an
point of
interesting
time.
thought. That's an interesting thought. Was MS at his peak in 2015? He was still very good. I thought India lost an opportunity in 2019. If it had not rained that day, I think India would have won the game. It went into the second day, it allowed India maybe just to think it through. But I also thought, when you lost wickets early, who is the best sponge that Indian cricket has ever had? Someone who just soaks in the pressure and says, don't worry, I am there. And I thought that man was MS Dhoni. So his role, therefore, was, it's a 240 game. By now, I don't think Dhoni was, I don't know if
It's
you agree
Dhoni's
with
gambit.
me. Exactly. A 240 game, Dhoni had to go in at 5 and just say, bat 50 overs, I'm there.
Just soak it all in.
Soak
See
it
the
all
end of
in,
50
yeah.
overs. See
And
us
then,
through.
And then around him, who did you add? Rishabh Pant, Hardik Pandya, Ravindra Jadeja, Dinesh Karthik being played as a specialist in that role, suddenly goes out at number 5. We were all watching. And you know how DK is. If DK has to walk, he'll run. DK is just bundle of
But he was
energy.
asked to run.
He had to run. And there's DK running down. And there was a gasp. I was doing radio commentary for another channel. There was a gasp. What's he coming out? Because the previous day, DK said, this is the role given to me and I'm comfortable with that role.
Because he had been finishing.
Yeah, that is the role that has been given to me. I'm comfortable with that role. So I thought it was a missed opportunity in 2019. Far too much talk about who should play at 4. And I thought in the build-up, there was too much emphasis on what was not there rather than what was there.
Right, that's the memories of the 2019 World Cup. Now let's shift our attention to the superstars. I think between 2015 and 19, we had Australia win a title, England win a title. But the ever-growing giant killers of world cricket at that point of time were the Kiwis.
I mean, every time India are there, these Kiwis are there. Everyone says, nice guys, they always stop India. They were there. I don't know if they surprised themselves are making the final. Let me be honest. We tend to look at New Zealand and say, yeah, they punch above their weight. I think a time has come to stop saying they punch above their weight because they're a good
They
side.
clearly punch.
Yeah. I thought the big change between 15 and 19, there was a key match at the 2015 World Cup, which was England versus Bangladesh. A key match because it told me that England were about 20 years behind time. England were playing outdated algorithms. It's like England were programming in COBOL or Fortran or something like that. They were just out of date. And they got hammered by Bangladesh. I think when England looked back, they will say that was the best thing that happened to us because England revolutionized the white ball game
Under Ian
between
Morgan.
15 and 19 because they realized how dreadfully bad they were. Under Morgan, they started saying, doesn't matter if we don't play 50 overs. Doesn't matter if we get bowled out in 43 overs. But we will play a certain way. And I think that took them through. They were, in many ways, they were the team of the 2019 World
At
Cup.
2015, Mission 2019, win a World Cup in 2019. That's made in dreams,
Was
right?
fantastic.
That was wonderful. Like when I said giant killers in the Kiwis, England literally planned it for 4 years and got there. What exactly was the urgency? What did you see in English cricket that really transpired?
I think sometimes when you're pushed to the wall and you have no chance, you find the solution. And England's white ball cricket was run by dated people with very little grasp from the outside, it seemed, of white ball cricket. 275 is a good score to win. The rest of the world was playing a big T20 game. England were playing a small test match. And I think in Morgan, they found a person who, I've talked to Moin Ali about this, I've talked to Adil Rashid about it, and they just say, yaar, ye bandana alag hai. Much like what you said about MS, I think that generation of England players thought about Owen Morgan, led from the front, was willing to play the difficult roles himself, and unshackled them the way in a couple of years to come, Brendan McCullum and Ben Stokes would do to the Test match side. I just think they were the team. There's only one team I thought that could challenge England in 2019, and that was India. The only team that could challenge them was India.
That was a good game, though. Of course, we didn't win that game. But nevertheless, England grew together as a team,
Yes.
as a nation, towards a certain plan, just like BKT growing together. And I felt like they grew together with the format. They wanted to play a certain specific way,
Yes.
transfer the pressure on. Who do you think were the heroes, superstars from the 2015 and 19 passage of world cricket?
To me, the biggest superstar, I know Stokes finished it, but to me, the biggest superstar was Morgan. In many ways, even though Yuvraj was the player, it was Dhoni's World Cup. To that extent, it was Morgan who unshackled players, and everyone came and played their little role, whether it's Jason Roy in the semi-finals, whether it's Bairstow somewhere else. It was as if they were being put into slots to say, this is your role, but it was also our look at someone who enjoys the big stage. You talked about players who become twice the players on the big stage. And I think Ben Stokes was that player. I'm not a big believer. I sometimes don't understand the way the world works. I think that was just made for England. It was meant to be, as 2011 was meant to be for Tendulkar. Trent Bolt's catch and his foot on the line, the mistake with the umpiring mistake with the overthrow and getting one run short. The fact that the ball went off Stokes' bat, went for 4.
And it actually hit the splice and went. Hit the splice and hastened off.
If it had stopped inside, he wouldn't have run. So I just think it was meant to be. I'm not sure they're as overwhelming favourites for 23. They're still among the favourites, but 2019 they were playing.
A word on the
fantastic
Kiwis,
cricket.
Kane Williamson, Brendan
Fantastic.
McCullum turned the way they played cricket. A.B. de Villiers was at the top. Mitchell Stark.
To me, one of the other stories, yes, New Zealand were fantastic. And I loved because the way New Zealand played, because they just seem to soak in the pressure and say, come what may, whatever happens. To me, one of the big stories was Jofra Archer bowling the super over. Someone who could not play for England for 3 years and had to go and play Bangladesh Premier League, go play somewhere else. And he just
Wait for his approval from the English.
Just told me, one of the things we talk in corporate talks is how much you do when no one is watching tells you how much you can do when everyone is watching. People like Jimmy Neesham, you talked about New Zealand, talk of a player like Jimmy Neesham, now Devon Conway, unassuming players who just go and make it big.
Yeah, a word on Mitchell Stark and ABD. Mitchell Stark, I think the Stark family has so many World Cup trophies in their cabinet.
I know.
Alisa Healy wins World Cup for fun. Mitchell Stark turns up for the World Cup, rocks up and wins World Cups and world titles.
Was there something missing with Australia in 19 though? I got the
left
feeling
arm.
there was something, I don't know what, there was something missing in Australia. You looked at them and said, can they win the World Cup? I wasn't so sure. That is why there was something missing in Pakistan. I got the impression there was something missing in Australia. And that is why I thought the only team that could have matched them was India.
At that point.
At that point.
Interesting. A word on ABD Harsha. Someone who deserved to win a World Cup in the 2015 World Cup.
I'm a fan. What happened with ABD in 2015, I think scarred him for the rest of his life. To the extent that ABD after 2015 was never the same player for South Africa. He played great innings, but I think what happened in that game, the change that he had to make, that they had to leave out Kyle Abbott and play Vernon Philander, it hurt Abbott, it hurt Philander.
And it hurt the South
And it hurt the South Africans, it hurt AB, it hurt Dale Steyn at the end. I think that one moment is something that AB will live with.
We look at the 2023 segment, and that's where Indian cricket culture is very, very important. The baton passed on from Sachin Tendulkar to Virat Kohli, and now from Virat to Rohit. Can we do it? What's the cultural shift? What can we expect after this World Cup as a cultural shift?
You know, if 2011 was about Tendulkar, I think 23 should be about Virat Kohli. Does Virat Kohli have a 27 World Cup in him? His body will probably still take him to 27. I'd love to see Virat Kohli play 27, but 23 could be his World Cup. To me, what fills me with great joy is Kohli's career has been a little up and down in terms of the standards he has set for himself. But it's coming together in white ball cricket once again. And he's playing dominating innings once again in white ball cricket. So if Rohit and Virat can get their act together, I still think for India to win, Rohit and Virat have to do it. I know there's a very good support cast around, but Rohit and Virat have to.
Right, a word on the next generation and what the next generation brings to the culture. Do you see the culture shifting after this World Cup? Because you don't see many of them going on, the Ishan Kishans, Shubman Gills.
To me, it's symbolized by Sky. Can Sky have a big World Cup? Because to me, Sky is everything that T20 cricket should be. Will the next generation look at Sky and say, let's play T20? Or will they look at Virat Kohli and say, one of the greatest one-day international players of all time, with Viv Richards, the greatest number 3 that's ever played ODI cricket, and say, that is what I want to be, because ODI cricket has a bit of Test cricket and a bit of T20 in it. This World Cup will be huge because it is in India. I think the big acid test for the format will be the 27 in South Africa.
Like all the tennis great Grand Slams, I want you to seed us. Where is India seated? Do we see us dancing in the aisles on the day of the final, like
if I was
2011?
Aussie, I would say, man, India's number 1. But we Indians always tend to hold back a little bit. And
you want to play the underdog card a bit?
We like to sometimes. My gut feel is, and I know you disagree with me on, my gut feel is India's 4th seed. I think India should be very disappointed if they don't make the semi-final.
Who are the first 3 seeds?
My generation.
Roger Federer, Rafael Nadal.
I think England, Australia are playing great cricket. I just think because Pakistan are producing batters and it's a 9-game tournament, bowlers tend to win the big tournaments, and that if their fast bowlers are all available to them, I just think they have a little bit with their bowling. I know you have thoughts about their spin bowling. So I thought 3-4, 3-4 India, Pakistan. I'm not so sure 3-4. That is why I said, okay, let me say 4.
Even though this is about Kutti stories, Harsha, just a request for the fans. Social media is sitting on the head of everybody, and I really do wish the Indian fans on social media rally behind the team. We get to a top 4 and our fortunes are going to change. I somehow feel this is Rohit's World Cup to win.
I'm going to end by one thought that you told me before 2011 World Cup. You said everywhere you went, you thought everybody in India wanted India to win.
Exactly.
That is what I would want from everybody in 23. Once the team is picked, this is now your team. This is a team that's all of India's.
That's exactly the point. Like many a times I wonder when fans go on these fan wars, talk about who's better, who's lesser. Every time you talk highly about your hero, you are somewhere down the line putting another hero potentially for the Indian team down. So once the squad is picked, everybody is an Indian player at the end of the day. And I certainly believe, because it's a home World Cup, India won in 2011, Australia won in 2015, England won in 2019. There is pressure to win, pressure for India to win a home World Cup again. But as much as there is pressure on the Indian team, I would like to say every fan is also responsible for it.
And everybody cheer for Kuldeep Yadav, man. I love Kuldeep Yadav. Everybody cheer for Kuldeep Yadav. Everybody cheer, because can we do 2011? Can we have those tracks where someone else becomes a bowler? Can a number 8 come in and bowl and allow India to get that right balance, play 270, 280 games? I don't know, is it still possible to play 270, 280 games in 50 overs cricket?
I think it's absolutely possible. But I'll leave you with one thing. Ravi Shastri once told me when we went to Australia, the Australian commentators, they are cheerleaders. Do you have a cheerleader in you?
If a commentator could get his nation to win, every commentator would.
No, aren't commentators a fan as well at the end of the day?
They are, but when they are behind a microphone, they're speaking to the whole world and speaking to their country. If a commentator could produce a win, everybody would win. The players out there in the middle, if they worry about what the commentator is saying, then they give the commentator too much importance. They should say, it doesn't matter what you say about me. I am here at the moment. I've got blinkers on. I'm playing for India. If I do well, they will say great things about me anyway. So why should I worry about them?
I know you're a commentator, you're the voice of Indian cricket, but I know you're not an astrologer as well. What is one cultural shift you expect at the end of 2023 World Cup for India?
I think the last 2 years have been years of unprecedented growth and self-confidence for India, whether it is in the financial world, whether it is in the manufacturing world, whether it is going beyond IT into SaaS and other systems. The world now looking at India not as a back office, but looking at India as a source of great talent. I think this confidence should go through. When India takes the field for the World Cup, India should say, you know what, the world is in my backyard.
We are the big dogs.
Yeah. The world is in my backyard. Can India play front runner? That is what the Kohlis and Rohit Sharma should be telling everyone. Let's play front runner.
Let's play front runner. Let every fan play the able ally to the front runner. And that's a wrap on this series of Kutti Stories with Ash, brought to you by BKT Tires. Let's go and cheer for India this 2023 World Cup.
Home World Cup after 12 years. We have a fantastic squad. Let's bring the cup home.
All the best Team India to lift this World Cup.
Let's go India. Kapu Mukyo Bigle.
All the best Team India.
Let's bring the cup home.
I wish Team India the best of luck.
This is wishing Team India the best of luck to go win the World Cup.
Good luck Team India, bring home our third title.
We back you Team India, bring it home boys, and all the best to Ashwin and I.
And the World Cup line the date to
All the best Team India, let's bring the cup back home.
All the best Team India. Bleed blue. All the best Team India. Let's bring the cup home.
All the best Team India. Let's get the cup home.
நாம 1983ல கல்கட்டால இருந்தோம். அப்போ இந்தியா ஃபர்ஸ்ட் வேர்ல்ட் கப் ஜெயிச்சோம். அதுக்கப்புறம் நாம 2011 மெட்ராஸ்ல இருந்தோம். அப்போ அண்டர் தோனி இந்தியா வேர்ல்ட் கப் செகண்ட் வேர்ல்ட் கப் ஜெயிச்சோம். திருப்பி இந்தியால வேர்ல்ட் கப் நடக்க போகுது. அதுல இந்தியா ஜெயிக்கணும். நான் ப்ரே பண்றேன். ஆல் தி பெஸ்ட் டீம் இந்தியா.
All the best India! All the best India! All the best Ashwin!
All the best India! All the best Team India! Oh well Ash. From all of us here at NIT Tirsi, wishing Ashwin and I and Team India all the best!
India lift the World Cup after 28 years. The party starts in the dressing room.